This is Tim, and I am here today to do a new body kit on the Yamaha R6. This is an 07 model. As you can see, it's got the Fiat kit on it. It's a little played out, plus it's a little beat up. It's had a good run, about 6 years. It's got stickers falling off. It's been down a couple times. Nothing too severe, but I like my bikes pretty. So this is Pathia. She's my wife. She's going to be assisting me today. She's got the Yamaha gear on, ready to go. And today the fairings are coming from Extreme Fairings, a company I've never gotten stuff from before, but I hear they're really good in the reviews. So I'm going to do an unboxing video and a how-to install. So here's the package. Excited to open it. I've had it for a week, and it's been really hard to not open it up and see what's inside.
We've been waiting. Looks like it's neatly covered.
Wow, look at this. Every piece is individually wrapped. Looks like they took good care. Let's see what we got here. Smells like fresh paint. I like that. Smells like new. Let's see, this is the gas tank cover. Looks really nice. Lots of clear coats on it, very clean. And it looks like it's very close to OEM. So this is gonna go right here. I'm excited because the colors kind of match. So I might get away without painting my gas tank. It's the only problem with the R6 is it doesn't have a gas tank cover. So when you change the body kit, you gotta paint the tank. So here it is, all unboxed. It looks amazing. Lots of layers of clear coat. The vinyl is clean. Everything looks awesome. Has the side accessories. So let's start getting into it. Bye-bye, Fiat. So I got the mounting hardware kit. I think it was like 10 bucks or something extra. Highly recommended every time you do a body kit. Sometimes you lose pieces, and also all the bolts are the right color. They match. I don't know if you noticed over here, a lot of my screws, some are black, some are silver. You know, as they fall out, you replace them with whatever you can get. So highly recommend getting the extra accessories kit. So as you can see, the R6, the side panel isn't one piece. It's 3 different pieces with other plastic fillers that go in between. So it comes apart in layers. I recommend you start taking this piece off. Take 3 bolts off here. This will slide forward. You can take off these top 2 pieces in this black thing. You can see what's underneath it there. You got 2 bolts here, and there was a clip back here that has broken off on mine, but you got a piece there and you got a bolt down here. We'll take those off and then we'll be on to the next. Once you have those bolts out, this piece just slides forward and comes right off. You can see the notches in here. Mine's all broken off on the bottom, so it'll be nice to have those all nice and new with the new kit. Next, we're going to take off this pin, this screw, and this screw to get this plastic piece off here. And any bolts that go to the frame, I like to put them back in where they go. That way you don't lose track of those. I like to use stock bolts, or at least make sure that the new ones are exactly the same if it's something that actually goes into the frame of the bike. This piece will slide off. We're also connected down here with a little retainer pin. You also want to make note wherever there's a clip on the pieces you're taking off, you want to put clips back in the same spot. So I save those for reference. All right, let's get to front headlight assembly. We got pins down here, a screw here, pins down this way. This can stay intact with this piece here. And then you have to take the mirrors off. That actually goes to the bike through the mirrors, so those have to come off. You take those screws off from underneath. Before I get to the headlamp assembly or the front fairing, I'm going to do the same thing on this side that I did to the other side to free up this whole thing. Which means taking out this screw, this screw, this screw, these 4 screws, and I believe that is it. I might be missing one, but as you go, you'll see. Slide forward. Okay, so we're going to drop the bottom fairing. There's usually a screw right here. Mine's broken off. Right there. You have one right here to the frame. You have one right here to a bracket. And then you have one that connects the two together right back here. Okay, we'll take this side bottom fairing off as well. Again, we have a screw here. The screw here I already took out. The one on the bottom is now gone. And that's it. Okay, we got the sides off. You can see it's a good time to dust down your bike, which I just did. Make sure you get all the dust that you'll never get when the body's on. And now we're going to take off the front fairing around the headlight assembly. To do this, we need to take off these two bolts here for the mirrors, remove the mirrors, and then you have bolts on the headlight assembly here and here and here that hold it together. So we take those off and it should come right off. Take them off on both sides. Okay, we're going to take the whole headlight assembly off as one unit. To do that, we have a bolt here, and the same thing on each side, and the whole thing should come off as one. I already took the lower one off here. Moving the top one here. And then we will just put this whole thing back together as one assembly. So you got to disconnect the lights. For anything that's going back together, I like to just finger tight the screws back in place so I know where they go. And let's see. And voila. Okay, now I'm going to do the front wheel well. Very simple, only 4 screws right here and here, and the same on the other side. This one has a bolt on the back. Okay, we're actually going to start get to put one piece on. Kind of exciting. So whenever you take off a piece, compare it with what we've got and make sure you put all the grommets back in place. So for this kind, you want to push the silver sleeve out, and then the rubber grommet should come right out. Actually, we can compare them with the ones we got. Looks like they've included the right size for here. So we will actually use new ones, but you will need the steel sleeves out of the grommets. One. Sometimes they go in easy. If you have a hard time, try using a little spit. So I don't have to right now on this one, which is good. Alright, I can't find any more, so it looks like we will have to reuse some of the old ones, which is not a problem. Make sure you push it through instead of pulling it, otherwise you'll rip them apart. Looks like everything lines up perfectly. And the one in the back does have a nut on the back. And we have to remember, put your brake line holder on as well. Whoa. Yeah, we are going to take the old headlight assembly apart and do the new one. So to get the headlights out, we have 4 screws here, 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 and here. And it pops right out. So obviously we're going to reuse these, put these to the side. And let's take a moment to look how this is assembled, because we are going to do a brand new one of those. So we do have to get the old running light out, which is here. So it looks like we will have to take this whole assembly apart. So we have 2 screws here down at the bottom, two up here, The front should come off, and then we can unscrew these and pull it out the front. All right, and that just pulls off. Here's the old fairing. And then to get the light off, we got 3 screws here. And then there's also another piece of plastic here that you have to take off the 2 screws as well in the front. Okay, putting the nose piece back together. I always take an opportunity to get all the dust off of things as it's apart. And slide this in. Put the cable in. Okay, first thing you want to do is put the light in and do the top 2 screws. And you'll see the reason for not doing the bottom one first in a second. So far this is working, everything's lining up perfectly. Let's hope that momentum keeps going. So far I'm really impressed with the Extreme bearings. There was a grommet that goes on the top here. Put that in. Oh, looks like that's the first thing that's not the right size. Let's see if we can get one that is. Does not look like we have one. Okay, next we put this plastic piece on. There's some clips that go in the back, and see this bottom one here? It goes all the way through and snaps down here. So the reason you don't put that bottom screw in first is there's a washer that holds that clip down so it can't come out. Looks like the fitment is great. Put the screws in. Yeah, I'm using the screws that came with it for this, just because these screws aren't seen, so it really doesn't matter what color it is, and I know that they fit. So again, I'm going to put this washer in here, and that's important because it holds this clip down so that there's no way that the bottom can come out. And again, great fit. All right, one thing you make sure you do not forget are the pins underneath. There are 4 pins that go underneath connecting this inside cowl with the bottom of the light assembly. Again, when we take one part off, we look at it, take out the grommets, change those out. There's one. Two, and just put them right on the other piece. So far I haven't had to ream any of these out, so really good fitment. All right, here's a simple one. I'm gonna put this piece up. And watch your clips right here. Make sure everything's going on the correct side. And it looks like I forgot a clip. Okay, we're gonna put the next body piece on, which is this upper piece here. Using the original screws. I like to whenever I go into the frame. So over here, you go under, over, and then there's a tab here that has to go in. Takes a little bit of playing around with to get it right, but it does go. The top in up here, you can use a plug to secure this piece. This piece isn't showing, it's covered by another piece, so the plug doesn't have to be pretty. And one more screw right here. Okay, this one's a little tricky, but it's the final side piece here. On this side, it actually bolts with the body kit, the lower body panel here. So you make sure you have that screw out. And when we do this one, you have to line up these tabs on here with the slots, line it up a little bit out, and then you slide it down to get it into place so it all locks. Okay, this side piece here, it's a little tricky. You have these 3 tabs and these 3 slots. You got to put the tabs in the bigger part and then slide it down this way to get them in. Looks like everything's lining up perfect again, which is outstanding. Let's see, yeah, that one's good. This one's good, lined right up. And we got one more down below here. Lined right up. I've got to get my bolt and tighten those down after I get all of them in. All right, and finally we're going to put these pieces on. There's a plug, one plug piece up here. Put that in. And this should all fit if we are good. And once again, a great fit. Again, there's top pieces here. This thing has to go in here. And another great fit. All right, we have the whole front half done. Looks great. No problems at all getting it together. Everything went the way it was supposed to go. I think it looks beautiful. And tomorrow we will do the back half. All right, we finished the front part of the bodywork. Now the simple stuff comes. We're going to do the gas tank cover first. First you have to remove the seat. Just 2 bolts here and here. Once you get that, there's a bolt here, which is for this side panel here. Okay, I have a steering stabilizer here, so I have to remove that to get this front cowl off of the gas tank. Okay, now I've removed that. And this bolt here, we have one bolt here and the same bolt on the other side, and then this piece will come right off. So after I got this side piece off, after after I got this side piece off, I had to remove a bolt here on each side. The tank lifts up, and there's 2 more screws underneath here. And once that comes off, this front cowl comes off. Compare the fitment of the new and the old. They look exactly the same. And I already dry fitted, it fits perfect. Extreme Fairings is doing a great job. So I'm going to remove the clips on the old one and just move it right to the new one and put it on the bike. Alright, after we attach the 2 underneath here, we have to attach this one to here. That one has a little nut on the back. And now let's check the fitment. Everything looks good so far. Let's put the seat down and see. So the kit comes with these side panels, which look pretty close to stock. I'm just going to do a dry fitment here. Ooh, wrong one. So the kit comes with these side panels, which look pretty close to the stock ones. Just do a dry fitment here. And looks like they fit perfectly. They look great. I have carbon fiber ones, so I'm not going to use these. I use these ones here. Okay, to take off the back tail piece, remove screws underneath here, here, here. You got to take off your license plate, or in this case I have a block off plate, and 2 bolts down under here. Then to take the top piece off, got to remove the buttons here, 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 and these 2 up here, these 3 up here, sorry. Alright, so we are complete. This is the easiest body kit I ever put on. Everything lined up perfectly. Looks badass. I'm super stoked. Thank you to Extreme Fairings. I highly recommend them for all of your bodywork needs. And this is one wicked beast now.